Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, stared at the ceiling, and asked yourself, how am I supposed to keep going? Have you ever felt that life has become so heavy that it has taken away your ability to rise again? Or have there been moments when you whispered to yourself, I wish I could just get one sign, one small spark of hope, just to know that things can still get better? Sometimes the questions we ask don't come from our pain. They come from the depth of our need, the need to move again, the need to believe that life still carries the capacity to become better. And among all these questions, one stands out: what is hope? When we talk about hope, we're not talking about a fleeting emotion. Hope is not a momentary excitement that appears and disappears. Hope is a power, an inner engine, a muscle that grows stronger if you train it. Some people think hope means ignoring reality, but hope actually means seeing reality clearly, yet choosing not to surrender. Hope is that moment when you tell yourself, okay, things are hard, but this isn't the end. In positive psychology, hope is a three-part concept: the ability to imagine a possible future, the belief that you can reach that future, and the skill of finding alternative pathways when one road closes. This definition highlights a truth: a hopeful person isn't someone with an easier life. It's someone with a flexible mind. As children, we were taught to always be careful. We were taught to minimize risk, avoid danger, step back, stay safe. But very few people taught us sentences like, try it, you can succeed, you're capable, give it a chance. So it's natural that many of us entered adulthood with fear rather than trust. But hope is not something you're born with. Hope is something you can learn. Hope isn't a pretty slogan. Hope is responsibility. It is accepting that the future is shapeable and formed by your choices today. A hopeful person doesn't believe the world owes them anything. Instead, they say, I will do whatever I can, even if the progress is slow. They may cry, fall, or feel exhausted, but one thing they never do is give up. The human brain was not built for happiness. It was built for survival. That's why it notices threats faster, remembers failures more strongly, and feels pain longer. So it's no surprise that hopelessness is often our first reaction. But the true power of humans lies in the ability to rewire the brain. A brain that can fall into hopelessness can also become the strongest engine of hope if you teach it how. If you don't know where you're going, hope fades quickly. Saying, I want to be successful isn't enough. Your future needs clarity. It needs detail. A vision means asking why you want success, what success means to you, and what will change if you reach it. People who can visualize their future don't break under pressure because they remember why they're still walking. This simple but powerful belief, I can learn, I can improve, rewrites your entire mind. A person with a growth mindset doesn't say, I'm doomed, when they fail. They say, okay, this wasn't the way, what's the next path? This belief separates you from being a victim and turns you into the main character of your life. Life will not always go according to plan. Sometimes the road closes. Sometimes you fail. Sometimes old wounds hurt again. But a hopeful person keeps the destination and changes the route. Flexibility means, if this road doesn't work, another will. If today doesn't work, tomorrow might, but I'm staying on the journey. Sometimes hope is a single sentence, I am not finished yet. Sometimes hope is a small action, a deep breath, a fresh start, a soft whisper to yourself saying, stay calm, it's still possible. You've already survived things you once thought you couldn't. You made it through before. You'll make it through again. You'll keep going. You'll reach where you need to reach. Hope is not supposed to perform miracles. Hope is not supposed to fix your life overnight. Hope does one thing. It lifts you up again and again. And these repeated risings are what eventually take you to your destination.